was about 12 years old when I moved out of my village. I was too young to understand the journey ahead of me, but I can vividly remember the emotions I had. Feelings of fear, insecurity, deep anxiety, but there was also some excitement. I knew that it wasn't going to be an easy journey for me. This story is not about my move to boarding school, but rather the foundation that I built by growing up in my village. When you drive into my village, you are met by nothing. It's dry. It's really dry. Driving into my village, you would feel as if you're in the middle of nowhere, and even start to wonder if there are people living there, because it feels like there are no people living there. There's a stretch of about 800 meters from the main road before you even start to see scattering of houses so far from each other. The houses are so far apart that you actually need an umbrella to take a walk to your next door neighbor to protect yourself from the scorching African sun in summer. That's how far apart the houses are. This is the village I was moving away from on my way to boarding school. Now, with these mixed emotions that I had when I was leaving for boarding school, I was oblivious to the amazing foundation I had from my village. A world where the internet was and is not a constant companion, where the term tweet evoked and evokes the songs of birds rather than the social media update, and the way the vividness of dreams flourishes in the absence of digital noise. It was and is a world apart, the village untouched by the modern trappings of technology. Life moved at a pace set by the sun's rise and set. In this natural setting, I didn't need to compete for my human consciousness. In this intriguing narrative, I will delve into the profound uniqueness of human consciousness and the authenticity that resides within us all. It is a story that takes us far from the artificial realm and deep into the heart of our beings, guided by a tale of my personal journey, a journey of self-discovery amidst the simplicity of a rural village. The lack of amenities, including electricity, meant very little time in front of TV. And in my household, only during the 7 p.m. Setswana news that my parents watched, followed by a local drama that we all watched together. Now, lack of electricity and internet might seem limiting in this day and age, but it paradoxically offered an opportunity to explore my inner wisdom and power. At the very core of existence lies an extraordinary gift, the unparalleled human potential and human consciousness. As we stand on the cusp of technological marvels like artificial intelligence, we must remember that while artificial intelligence is the creation of our inventiveness, it lacks the essence of what defines us as humans. We possess the remarkable ability to experience vast range of emotions, to engage in philosophical inquiries that stretches the limit of our mind, and to form connections that weave the fabric of our shared humanity. It is in our DNA to seek out bonds with others, to build communities, and to stretch a helping hand to those in need. Our ability to empathize, to see ourselves in the struggles and triumphs of others is what makes us, not just as individuals, but as members of a global community. Now, here's a question for you. Have you embraced what we have and share in common as humans, rather than focusing on the differences that we have? I challenge you that the next time you encounter somebody from a different walk of life, from somebody with different sets of beliefs, or somebody who fundamentally looks different to you, I challenge you to remember our shared humanity. Picture this young dreamer in a village where the chirping of the birds and the whisper of the winds were the soundtrack of life. Here in this world, seemingly untouched by the outside, I found a canvas upon which my inner wisdom and power could paint their masterpiece. In the absence of the constant hum of technology, I ventured into a space of silence. The silence that spoke volumes. It is in the stillness that I learned to listen to the symphony of my own thoughts and emotions. This was happening without the distractions of the world outside. The tranquility of my village offered a rare chance to embrace silence. I found myself engaging in creative pursuits of storytelling with my family and crafting handmade objects with my mother, who was thoroughly good and loved arts and crafts. Through that, I learned the joy of expressing myself through creativity. I challenge you to switch off the tech and tap into your inner creativity. As days flowed into nights, I began to uncover the incredible potential within my consciousness. This journey led me to embrace my inner emotions, motivations, and desires with clarity. Like an artist stepping back to admire their creations, I started to recognize the intricate threads that wove the tapestry of my existence. I found solace in the solitude of my surroundings. Now, this solitude was not isolation. Rather, it was an opportunity for self-discovery. It was a moment and a time to engage in my ever-evolving landscape of my thoughts and to welcome the company of my own mind. In the solitude, I discovered a companion that revealed both my strengths and vulnerabilities with unwavering honesty. This companion, my authenticity. I challenge you to show up authentically. I began to peel away the layers of societal conditioning and expectations. This journey led me to discover my authentic self, the person beyond societal roles and norms. I even began to tap into my beautiful name that I was given by my maternal grandmother, the name Dineo, which means gifts. By immersing myself in this profound meaning of my name and the appreciation of my grandmother naming me this, I began to deeply reflect on what this means for me. And then I became intentional about how I show up, intentional about becoming a true reflection behind the intention behind my grandmother's naming. I then got to realize and appreciate that authenticity was not just a buzzword. It is the key to aligning my core values with my actions, leading to a life of purpose, meaning, and fulfillment. Yet this exploration was not confined to the boundaries of my village. Through the cracks of limited exposure, I vividly dreamed, fueled by a curiosity that knew no bounds. Despite the scarcity of resources, my mind soared to distant lands, crafting stories with fragments of information. In this association of limited external influence and limitless internal potential, I discovered the true meaning and essence of being human. So, I dare you to do 3 things. 1, I dare you to plug off, switch off the tech, and be comfortable with silence. Listen to your inner voice and allow yourself to disappear into the spiritual realm that the technology sometimes closes yourself off from. Number 2, I dare you to embrace the profound uniqueness of human consciousness. And thirdly, I dare you to be daring and show up authentically. After all, there's nothing artificial about being human. Thank you.